Have you ever noticed how your days slip away? You wake up, you scroll, you work, you eat, you binge watch, you sleep. And in those quiet moments, when the noise fades, when no one is watching, you feel it. That hollow question scratching at the inside of your chest. What am I even living for? You try to ignore it. You try to drown it out with busyness, with entertainment, with ambition. But late at night, when the world falls silent, that whisper grows louder. Is this it? Is this what life is supposed to be? This question is ancient. Plato once wrote that the unexamined life is not worth living. Nietzsche argued that to live is to suffer, but to survive is to find meaning in that suffering. And the Japanese, on a small island called Okinawa, may have stumbled upon the most practical answer of all. They call it Ikigai, a reason for being, a compass that pulls you out of bed every morning. Not money, not fame, not even happiness in the shallow, fleeting sense. Something deeper, a purpose you embody so fully that even in old age, you refuse to let it go. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Not distracted, not entertained, but alive. We are a civilization obsessed with comfort. We chase convenience, speed, efficiency. And yet, the people who live the longest, who are most joyful in their final years, are not the ones with the most comfort. They are the ones with the most purpose. In the Okinawan village of Ojimi, nicknamed the Village of Longevity, 3,000 residents have achieved what our billion-dollar industries of healthcare, self-help, and anti-aging desperately promise but rarely deliver. They live beyond 100, many of them still gardening, still laughing with friends, still rising every morning with something to do. And here's the shocking truth. They never retire. Not because they can't afford to, but because they don't want to. In the West, retirement is a finish line. Work until 65, then fade quietly into comfort. In Okinawa, retirement doesn't exist. They keep working, not out of obligation, but out of love, for their craft, their community, their Ikigai. You might think, that sounds exhausting. Isn't the point of life to rest? But ask yourself, has your rest ever truly satisfied you? Or does too much comfort rot into boredom, into depression, into a sense of uselessness? Bonhoeffer, the German philosopher who resisted the Nazis, once warned that idleness corrodes the soul. Not activity itself, but activity without meaning. It's not exhaustion that kills us. It's emptiness. And that's where Ikigai cuts through the illusions of modern life. So what is Ikigai, really? It's often drawn as 4 circles overlapping. What you love. What you are good at. What the world needs. And what you can be paid for. In the center, where all 4 meet, lies Ikigai. But here's the uncomfortable twist. Most people never reach the center. Some spend their whole lives chasing only money and wonder why they feel dead inside. Others pursue their passion but ignore the needs of others and wonder why loneliness consumes them. Ikigai is not selfish. It is not indulgent. It is not just about you. It is a dialogue between your soul and the world. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Ikigai is that why. It is the thread that stitches suffering into meaning. But meaning isn't just thought, it's lived. In Okinawa, people live their Ikigai through community. They form small circles called moai, informal groups of friends who support one another financially and emotionally. Imagine that, a built-in family who has your back no matter what. No wondering who to call when disaster strikes. No drowning in silent despair. Contrast that with modern loneliness. We are surrounded by people, yet starving for connection. We post stories on Instagram, but cannot name a single friend who would show up if we collapse tomorrow. In Okinawa, serving others isn't charity, it's survival. And for many, that service becomes their Ikigai. But here's the paradox. Even with community, even with purpose, we still face the monster that lurks in the modern world: stress. Stress has become our shadow. Every ping of a phone, every unfinished task, every headline screaming apocalypse, our brains register them as threats. Cortisol floods our veins. Our bodies decay under the weight of imagined predators. The elders of Okinawa know something we've forgotten. Stress is poison in large doses, but medicine in small ones. Just enough stress sharpens you, pulls you forward, keeps you alive. Too much, and it eats you from the inside out. So how do they fight it? Through mindfulness, through slowing down, through savoring the moment. They move slowly, they eat slowly, they speak slowly, because they know that urgency is the enemy of presence. Now, let's talk about flow. Have you ever been so immersed in something that hours disappeared? Writing, painting, coding, playing music, even cooking. Suddenly, time dissolves. That is flow. That is life at its most alive. The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi defined 7 conditions for flow. Knowing what to do, how to do it, knowing your progress, facing challenges just beyond your comfort zone, wielding skills that rise to meet them, and, most importantly, being free from distractions. Think about your life. How often are you truly free from distractions? Or are you endlessly scattering your attention, multitasking yourself into mediocrity? Flow is not found in endless variety. Flow is found in focus. The Japanese call those who embody this takumi, masters of a craft, who devote their entire lives to perfecting one thing. Even in their final days, they rise each morning to carve, to weave, to garden, to cook, not because they have to, because they must. And let us not forget the body. Longevity in Okinawa is tied to the simplest of habits. They walk, they garden, they climb stairs, they eat until they're 80% full, following the ancient rule hara hachibu. They consume vegetables, tofu, tea. They avoid sugar and salt. No expensive diets, no brutal workouts, no pills or powders, just moderation, variety, and movement. In the West, we obsess over optimization, the perfect supplement, the perfect gym routine. But maybe the secret has been in simplicity all along. Yet perhaps the most beautiful lesson of Ikigai is not health, not community, not flow. It is resilience. The Japanese speak of wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection, and ichigo ichie, the reminder that every moment happens only once. These ideas are cousins to Stoicism, the practice of focusing only on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. The Stoics even practiced negative visualization, imagining losing everything you love, so that when misfortune came, it did not destroy them. The Japanese take this further, embracing impermanence as a teacher. Life will break you. That much is certain. But if you find your Ikigai, those breaks do not destroy you. They carve you into something new, something stronger, something anti-fragile. And so, the question circles back to you. What is your Ikigai? Not the dream you post online, not the shallow goals you chase because someone told you they matter. Your true reason for being. Maybe it is hidden in service, helping those who cannot repay you. Maybe it is buried in craft, perfecting something so deeply that time itself dissolves. Maybe it is waiting in love, in the small circle of people who remind you you are not alone. Whatever it is, you cannot afford to live without it. Because a life without Ikigai is not really life at all. So tonight, when you put down your phone and the silence creeps in, don't run from that hollow question. Listen to it. Let it burn. And ask yourself, what am I living for? Because one day, sooner than you think, you will be gone. And the only thing that will matter is whether you spent your days merely surviving, or whether you discovered your Ikigai and truly lived.